Hey, lovers! Before we dive into this amazing story, please do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, and drop your thoughts in the comments. That way, you'll be the first to know whenever I post a new video. Thank you. The sun was hot that afternoon in Lagos. People rushed in and out of Galaxy Mall, one of the most expensive malls in Nigeria. Expensive perfumes filled the air, music played softly, and everyone was in their own world until he arrived. Damien Okoye. People turned, phones came out, cameras flashed. He was not just a man, he was a movement, the youngest billionaire in Nigeria, owner of Dew Empire, real estate, oil, technology, fashion, and airlines. He didn't walk, he commanded space, tall, handsome, wearing a black designer suit, dark sunglasses, and a gold wristwatch that could pay for someone's rent for 5 years. 4 bodyguards walked behind him. He didn't smile. He didn't look at anyone. He just moved like the whole world was beneath his feet. As he walked toward the VIP section of the mall, something unexpected happened. A little boy was crying. His ice cream had fallen. A young lady bent down to help him clean his shirt. Her name was Amara. She was dressed very simply. A clean yellow gown, flat slippers, and she held a small shopping bag. No makeup, no luxury, just quiet confidence. Damien was walking past, fast, proud, not looking where he was going. He bumped into her slightly. Then it happened. He saw her holding something and misunderstood the whole scene. He thought she was trying to block his way, or worse, beg for money or touch him. Without thinking, slap, right on her cheek, loud, sharp, painful. Everybody froze. Security guards paused. Shoppers turned. Some gasped. A baby even started crying. Amara stood still, slowly. She turned her face toward him. Her cheek was red. Her eyes were calm but fierce. She didn't say a word. She just looked him in the eye, dropped the handkerchief she used to help the child, picked up her bag, and walked away. People started whispering. Did he just slap her? Who slaps a woman like that? She didn't even touch him. Damien adjusted his sunglasses and walked on like nothing happened. But the damage had already been done. That night, the story went viral. Somebody had recorded it. Billionaire slaps innocent girl in public at Galaxy Mall. Damien Okoye. Violence against women. No to abuse. By morning, it had over 7 million views. Damien's phone didn't stop ringing. His manager called. "Sir, we have a serious problem." "What problem?" he asked, eating breakfast like nothing had happened. "The girl you slapped. She's not a nobody." Damien frowned. "So what? Is she a celebrity?" "Worse." "Then what?" "She's Amara Nwankwo, the only daughter of Chief Harrison Nwankwo, the oil tycoon. She just returned from London with a PhD and was recently appointed as the new CEO of Global Petroleum Africa." Damien stopped chewing. "What?" "She's not just rich, sir. She's powerful, and she just made a deal that blocks us from entering the northern oil fields." Damien dropped his spoon. It was only the beginning. For the first time in a long while, Damien Okoye could not sleep. He lay in bed, eyes wide open, staring at the ceiling. One slap, one mistake, one quiet girl. And now his empire was shaking. The next day, Damien wore a simple shirt and jeans. No security, no camera, no pride. He walked into Chief Harrison Nwankwo's mansion quietly. The mansion was big enough to be called a palace. Marble floors, golden lions at the gate, fountains singing in the front yard. Damien was made to sit and wait. Nobody rushed to attend to him. After 30 minutes, Chief Harrison finally entered. An elderly man with gray hair, a walking stick, and sharp eyes. He sat down, stared at Damien for a moment, and said, "Mr. Okoye, I raised my daughter not to speak to fools. You slapped her and she walked away. That shows the difference between the two of you. Damien swallowed. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't know who she was. The chief chuckled. So, if she was a poor girl, the slap would have been okay? Damien had no answer. He just bowed his head. I'm not looking for your apology, the chief continued. I came back from retirement to give her the position you now fear, and she will not step down. She earned it. Then he added quietly, the lion you slapped is now the queen of the jungle. Damien stood up. Please, sir, just give me a chance to explain to her. Let me apologize. The chief gave him one look and said, Amara is not here. She left for a business trip to Ghana. If she wants to see you, she'll let you know. Damien walked out slowly, defeated, but it didn't end there. Amara returned 2 weeks later and held a press conference. Looking beautiful in a white suit with her natural hair tied in a bun, she faced the media with calm confidence. She didn't raise her voice. She didn't cry. She didn't insult Damien. She simply said, what happened to me happens to thousands of women every day, but not every woman gets justice. I am speaking out not just for myself, but for all women who are treated like trash. Enough is enough. We are not weak. The room erupted in applause. The video went viral. Even international platforms picked up the story. Women across Africa stood with her, men too. Celebrities wore shirts that said, "We stand with Amara." Meanwhile, Damien's investors were pulling out one by one. News headlines read, Do Empire Under Fire. Damien Okoye's billion-dollar project canceled in Abuja. Billionaire in crisis after slapping the wrong woman. His businesses started bleeding. His pride turned to pain. Weeks passed. Damien tried everything. He wrote public letters. He donated to women's foundations. He even created a campaign called Respect Her Voice. But still, no call from Amara. Then one day, he got an invite. You are invited to the Oil and Energy Summit Ghana. Keynote speaker, Dr. Amara Nwankwo. He flew to Ghana immediately. When he arrived, Amara was already on stage, speaking about innovation, respect, and leadership. People cheered. He sat at the back quietly. After the event, he approached her carefully. Amara, he said. She turned, calm as ever. Mr. Okoye, I'm truly sorry. You didn't deserve what I did. I was arrogant, proud, blind. She folded her arms. You didn't just slap me, Damien. You slapped every woman who has ever been ignored or insulted. Your pride almost destroyed you. I know, he whispered. Please, let me work with you. Let me learn from you. I want to change. Amara looked into his eyes. You don't need to work with me to prove you've changed. You need to work on yourself. She walked away. 2 months later, news broke. Damien Okoye to serve as volunteer advisor at GPA, Global Petroleum Africa. People laughed at first. The great billionaire is now working under Amara? But Damien didn't care anymore. He showed up early. He took notes. He listened. He served. At first, Amara gave him cold stares. She didn't trust him yet. But slowly, she saw something different. He no longer wore fancy suits. He greeted the cleaners. He apologized to everyone he had ever insulted in the past. He had become human. And one evening, while working late on a project, she looked at him and said, You're not the same man who slapped me. He smiled. That man died the day you walked away in silence. She smiled too. Good, because that silence, it was louder than 1,000 screams. 1 year later, Damien launched a new company, D&A Renewables, focused on clean energy. Guess who he made his co-founder? Dr. Amara Nwankwo. The news shook the world. Enemies became partners. Pride became humility. Pain became power. In an interview, Amara was asked, How did you forgive him? She smiled and said, He didn't just say sorry, he showed it. That's the difference. And Damien? He was asked, what did you learn from all this? He looked into the camera and said, never judge a woman by her clothes. Never let pride blind you. And never, ever raise your hand before raising your heart. After working with Amara for over a year, something started happening that neither of them expected. Feelings. Not loud, rushing feelings, but quiet, growing ones. Damien would sometimes glance at her when she wasn't looking, admiring her strength, her grace, her intelligence. And Amara? She noticed how much he had changed, from a proud billionaire to a humble man who now respected everyone, from the gate man to the janitor. He never rushed her, never forced anything. But one evening, as they worked late in the office, he looked at her and said gently, Amara, I want to spend the rest of my life making it up to you. Not because I feel guilty, but because I've fallen in love with you. She was silent. She stood up, walked to the window, and whispered, you hurt me deeply, Damien, but I've also watched you heal and grow. I forgive you, and I feel something too. Damien didn't waste time. He started courting her. Every week he sent her handwritten notes, not flowers, not gifts, just letters with words from his heart. He attended charity events with her, visited schools she supported, donated anonymously to women's causes. He met her mother. He joined her church. He gave up his flashy lifestyle. Little by little, he earned her trust, her laughter, her love. One night under the stars in Zanzibar, on a private beach lit with lanterns and flowers, he went on one knee. Amara Nwankwo, will you marry me? She smiled, tears in her eyes. Yes, Damien, yes. The wedding was held in Lagos, a royal garden, soft music, white and gold decor. Powerful guests came from all over Africa. Damien wore a simple but elegant white agbada. Amara looked like an African queen, her dress glowing, her crown soft, her eyes full of peace. When the priest said, you may now kiss the bride, the whole crowd cheered. The same girl he once slapped in pride was now the woman he kissed with low. The lesson, never look down on anyone and never judge a book by its cover, because the woman you shame today might become the queen of your life tomorrow.